Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. You only get one chance, right? Wrong. I haven't got on here in a couple of days. I'm looking like a hot mess today. Sorry y'all. This is as real as it gets. And of course now the neighbors' dogs are barking. Shocker. Every time I try to do something. But I wanted to get on here because I talked about something last time. And a person that meant a lot to me, and a lot of the reason I'm doing this, obviously not the whole reason, but a lot of it, and the dogs are not happy. So he made me something, and I don't know if I told you guys that in the last video, but in the mental health facility, we had craft time. So there were different times of the day where we would go do in different things in groups, and like I said, I always kind of sat to myself. But you got to make different things. And so I'm going to show you one of the things I made. I didn't finish, but one of the things I started making. And then I'll show you what he made me as well, so that you guys kind of know like what kind of crafts. So obviously when you're in a mental health facility, they can't give you anything like sharp, right? I don't want to laugh at that because it's not it's a really scary thing, but it's also a sigh of relief that I've made it this far. So it's kind of a happy but not happy thing. But obviously they can't give you anything sharp. You can't have anything like rope. You can't have laces. You can't have that kind of stuff. So when we do crafts, no scissors or anything like that. So most of the time we color or paint. That was kind of the thing. So they give you this sheet, right, that has all the lists of the things that you can do on it. And then they have this little room in the back where you go to do group time. And then there's a room attached to that has all the crafts in it. So I'm not gonna show you my pig today because he's downstairs and he sits in my window above my sink in my kitchen, just to kind of remind me what's going on. But this I'll show you right now because I have it up here with me because I found it. I was looking for it. So I got to color. So I started making a felt hat. I don't know if you guys remember these from the 90s. So when I saw these, I had to start one because I just laughed. I mean, we used to do these all the time as a kid, obviously not in hat form, but just in like regular form, right? Like this is literally felt and you color it with felt tip markers, and you get to kind of color it how you want. Like I did like the colors kind of bleed together so you can kind of make them like really fun. And this is the hat I started doing. So this is obviously not finished, only the brim is finished. The rest of the hat is not. But this is one of the things that I did. But the thing that he gave me on my way out, I didn't realize he was gonna give it to me, but he did. And so this is what he gave me. So he colored this for me to remind me that attitude is everything. So I thought it was really sweet. It was hard being in there, and I don't know that I've let myself kind of accept that, because a lot of things in our lives stress us out, right? Like money's a big one. Money's a huge stressor to a lot of people. There are those people that are blessed that don't have to stress about it, or those that are really good with their money. I am neither, and so that tends to be one of my top stressors. And when you're in a mental health facility, like, you can't control anything. Everything's out of your control. The bills that need to be paid back home, the life that you have, work, paying rent and utilities, and I mean, you don't have a choice. There's nothing you can do. You can't get on a computer. You can't log onto your cell phone and pay bills. Like, you're just there. And it really forces you to live in the moment. but a lot of people that go to these facilities, for the first several days, they sleep. And that's all they do, is they just sleep. And I get it. I did it. Because when you're finally taken away from all of your stressors, right, taken away, they all kind of come crashing down at the same time. And your body's just so tired. And we think that by sleeping, our body's gonna be less tired, but that's not the kind of tired you are. It's an emotional draining that we don't realize is happening every day. I've talked about this before, you have a tank, right? And your tank is full normally when you start the day. But people with mental illnesses can sometimes start their day with a quarter of a tank, a half tank, 3/4 of a tank full, and you run out faster. So for me, my witching time is 3 p.m. I have a very hard time after 3 p.m. I have a hard time going anywhere. I have a hard time doing anything. I just want to take a nap. And then sometimes I can't take a nap because my mind is racing 1,000 miles a minute and I just can't sleep. There are things that are going to be out of our control. And I don't like that thought, if I'm being completely and totally honest. It's not something I'm excited about. I've been learning though. I'm doing things I never thought I'd get to do. I'm applying for voiceover jobs and I'm doing 2 YouTube channels and I'm starting my own business. And yes, will I have to go back to work? Yes, I have a date to go back to work. And I'll have to go back to work because obviously we need money. But there are blessings in all of this. Am I ready to go back to work? I don't know. I don't know how much it's gonna drain me. Or being around people again, having to cater to people again. I love what I do. But the question is, can I do it anymore? And the only way to figure that out is to try. I'm so blessed to have you guys follow this channel and watch this channel and be on this incredibly crazy journey with me. I can't thank you enough because this has been so therapeutic for me, and I know it will continue to be, but it also holds me accountable. I have to get up. I have to get out of bed. I have to do something. So for me, it's great. And I know I get emotional a lot, and I'm doing my best not to get emotional now. And emotions come with a lot of the medications I'm taking. It's kind of like I'm overly emotional. I'm on 7 meds now a day, and they keep doubling them. So remember that certified crazy like blue check mark thing? Yeah, definitely certified. But I'm learning to be okay with it. I'm learning that I can't control it, even if I want to. Some things are just out of our control. Things that happen to us that we didn't ask for. Horrible things. There's a lot of people in the same boat that I'm in. And I'm really hoping that this channel helps them out. But I know, too long of videos, Faith, so I'm gonna let y'all go. But I just wanted to check in and tell you I'm learning. I'm learning to be okay with who I am now and grieve who I was before. Have a good night, y'all. See you later.